Scott, today I'm making a sous vide venison tenderloin over cauliflower risotto. But the sous vide takes about 3 hours, so right now I'd like to get started on the risotto. I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of butter and some extra virgin olive oil. And on this burner back here, I have some homemade duck stock. And actually, it's very inexpensive to make this. You just use the duck neck and bones, and you put a little water in there with some onions and celery and garlic if you want, and carrots, and you just reduce it down into a stock, and it makes all the difference in your recipe. All right, get that butter melted. And then I'm going to add the onions. These are just diced onions. So you want to cook these until they just become opaque. Okay, so now I'm going to add a ½ cup of arborio rice. So what we're going to do next is we're going to add about 1/3 cup of white wine, and we're going to let that reduce down. Now the white wine has reduced, and I'm going to start adding the stock. So I'm just going to take a ladleful at a time. You want to get the rice until it's just about tender. The rice is going to be al dente, which means to the tooth. It just has a tiny little bit of chewiness left to it. Right here, stirring the risotto for me is my husband, Mike. So thank you, Mike, for taking care of that. As I said, you have to constantly stir the risotto, and it's really hard to make this venison tenderloin sous vide for you while stirring the risotto at the same time. I'm just not that good. Okay, so this is a sous vide style of cooking. I happen to have a sous vide machine, and what it is it's a temperature-controlled water bath. So it controls the temperature exactly where you want it, so you can determine how you want your meat cooked, in this case the tenderloin. We're going to be cooking at about 128 degrees, which is going to put us right between rare and medium rare, which is just perfect for venison. So I have this food saver bag, and I'm going to use my food saver to vacuum pack it. But first we have to get the meat prepared. Now what we want to do is we want to put a light coating of olive oil on it. I use extra virgin olive oil. And when I say light coating, you want it just to lightly coat it because we're going to be vacuum packing it. And we don't want a lot of liquids in the bag. Go right over the top here. And then you just rub that oil in there. All right, now what I am using is a juniper berry and peppercorn rub from Wild Eats. So what you want to do is put that right over the top of your venison tenderloin. And like it says, with a rub it in. Now we're going to put our venison tenderloin into the bag, and you want to make sure that you get it down to the bottom of the bag. And then I'm going to take about 1 tablespoon of butter and put that right in the bag. And now I'm ready to vacuum pack this. It takes about 3 hours to cook in the sous vide to actually cook the venison tenderloin just to the right temperature. So I have already put one in there. I'm going to take that out, and then we are going to sear it in this pan with some butter and extra virgin olive oil. Okay, that looks perfect. So now we're ready to sear this, and we're going to serve it on top of the cauliflower risotto that's just about done. I can't wait. Is put the last ladleful. Actually, I don't even need a ladle because it's just the last one right there. Pour that right in, stir that up. Turn the heat off now. Now we're going to add 1/4 cup of basil pesto, and then I put in about 1/2 cup of Parmigiano Reggiano, and now I'm going to add my blanched cauliflower. Stir that up. Okay, turn off the heat. I'm going to add a little salt and some pepper. Take that off the heat. All right, now we're ready to sear this venison tenderloin. So we'll take it over here to our pan that has butter and extra virgin olive oil in there. And we're going to drop that in the pan. Let that sizzle away there just so we can get a nice sear on that. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, look at that beautiful pink inside to that. That's done just perfectly. That's just what you want to see when you take that out. So we take some of our cauliflower risotto here. Delicious tenderloin. And voila. So here is what I like to serve this dish with. I actually prepared a poached pear and just a little lingonberry jam. Nothing homemade there. Poaching the pear is very simple. So I put the poached pear on the plate. A little bit of lingonberry jam, which goes really well with venison, right in the center of that pear. And there we go. This should be absolutely delicious, and I'm really looking forward to you trying it.